Imperative that actions and reactions be brought into alignment. There are spiritual, scientific, materialistic reasons why it is absolutely imperative that people should devote all their mental and emotional energies and sensitivities to bringing their actions and reactions into perfect alignment and harmony with unconditional love, divine consciousness. To remain within the worldwide state of consciousness as it exists at this moment is to remain on the steady downward slide into countless diseases, misfortunes, upheavals, and deepest suffering. Men and women can live in two dimensions of existence in your world, either exclusively from the level of ego impulses, which are the controlling forces behind and within all the daily phenomena which comprise the human daily experience, or mentally, emotionally poised within divine consciousness, whilst their bodies are still living on the earthly plane. The fruits of the ego consciousness are discords, disruptions, climatic upheavals and abnormalities, wars, addictions of every kind, poverty, diseases, murder, robbery, lying, cheating, slandering, backbiting, low, miserable thoughts, envious thoughts, angry thoughts, bad humors, judgmentalism, criticism, sarcasm, rejection of other people, etc. These consciousness frequencies are forever bringing forth mirror reflections of the circumstances and feeling reactions which gave them birth, and are continually subject to the highs and lows of fulfillment of expectations and disappointments, swinging between happiness and misery. Those who, through prayer, meditation, self-discipline, and determination, manage to purify their consciousness of ego and lift it by defining and entertaining ever more sincerely loving thoughts towards other individuals and the world generally, gradually ascend in consciousness to the vibrationary frequencies of the realm of divine consciousness, the kingdom of heaven, where they live comfortably and at ease in harmony with the universal laws of existence. Such people find that no matter what may be the troubles and uproar in the world around them, they are nourished, healed, protected, cared for, and maintained in perfect peace of mind, providing they remain within the spiritual frequencies of vibration. When they allow themselves to be drawn down into selfish disputes and any negative human condition involving any of the attributes of ego, the peace abruptly disappears, and they find themselves trapped in the consciousness frequencies of vibration, which are fed by similar consciousness frequencies of other people in their environment. They are like a fly caught in a spider's web, and the ensuing battle to extricate thoughts from the lower frequencies of consciousness vibration can be exhausting and painful. At such times, constant meditation and prayer, a plea for help, strength, and guidance in achieving the right emotional attitudes, are the only means by which a spiritual traveler can find his way back from the entrapping lowered energy fields to a state of harmony with the heavenly consciousness frequencies of vibration. You may think that the foregoing is too difficult to understand and not necessary in your search for spiritual upliftment. On the contrary, this understanding of the nature of your consciousness is highly important. If you should find yourself descending into lowered consciousness frequencies of vibration and experiencing the conflict between what you are feeling at the moment and what you know you ought to be feeling or would like to be feeling, you will experience more control if you realize you are suffering because you have allowed your normal spiritual consciousness vibrational frequencies to drop. Pinpoint the reason and take it to divine consciousness for a resolution of the inner conflict. In time, guidance as to the correct attitudes and affirmations to clear the problem will be given you swiftly in response to your prayer. Furthermore, as you lift your level of consciousness frequencies, you will find that you are inwardly strengthened in spirit and life force, and the opposite occurs when you find yourself entrapped in lower consciousness vibrations, either through a personal descent into lower thought frequencies or by being emotionally drawn into them through communication with a negative or egotistic personality. When this happens, you will experience a loss of energy. This loss of energy results in the depletion of physical energy in your body cells. Therefore, when deliberately setting out on a spiritual journey, you should visualize yourself as being like a traveler boarding a train bound for the destination of your choice. If, when traveling, you leap out of the window on glimpsing verdant valleys or exciting cities offering pleasures of some sort, and go wandering into highways and byways far removed from the journey you had originally undertaken, you will find it very difficult to resume that original journey. First of all, you will have to go through a cleansing of the lower consciousness energies you absorbed during your jaunts into other areas of interest. This may take a long time, and you may have to go through other painful experiences to enable you to go through the necessary cleansing of your consciousness again. Everything you do in life, you are either moving forward spiritually or moving into areas of consciousness detrimental to your search and long-term journey towards higher levels of spiritual consciousness. You never escape the processes of consciousness, nor from the inexorable working of the laws of existence. You cannot put your life on hold as you dodge off to have a little fling which you think won't matter since no one will know. Whatever you do is an action in consciousness, and whatever it is, promotional of your well-being or contrary to your highest good, will have its repercussions of a like nature. Everything in your life is related to some other activity in consciousness. Nothing is isolated from everything else. People think that what they do today is in a compartment. They think that today becomes yesterday and is past. It can have no bearing on their today. But unfortunately for them, they will find it cropping up in their experience as reaping time in 6 months, a year, or even 10 years ahead, when the consciousness energies have attracted what is necessary to bring about their visible manifestation. Then people wonder, why did this happen to me? Why me? You must understand that when you embark on a spiritual journey, you have set foot to a path which will lift your consciousness vibrations to higher levels. Carelessness and inconsistency will lead you into a condition of swinging between levels of vibrationary frequencies. These times of inconsistency are fraught with emotional pain. As you swing, the original momentum of spiritual energy, which previously lifted your spiritual vision, dies away, and eventually you complain it is hard to get back to prayer and meditation. It is difficult to make the contact with divine consciousness that you were able to make before you went off on some pleasurable jaunt, which led to a dropping of your consciousness frequencies. In this way, by giving in to overpowering impulses, you make life difficult for yourself. You walk a more rocky path. At the same time, the impulses within your consciousness indicate that certain areas of your human consciousness need refining. The impulses become the necessary means to teach you some important lesson. In fact, no one can move on to the narrow path leading to the kingdom of heaven and remain there without divergence or deviation until they have thoroughly experienced the fruits of their hidden impulses. By fully experiencing all they have to offer, people eventually arrive at a clear understanding that they were false enticements, not worth the pain and tremendous effort involved in getting back on the spiritual path again. Only when the deeply ingrained impulses have been indulged and the results imprinted in the consciousness can a deliberate mental and emotional choice be made to live life on a higher spiritual level. When this final decision is made decisively and positively, the former impulses are then erased from the consciousness. But I have to tell you that when you do make the choice to live your life on a higher spiritual level, you have not necessarily come to the end of your problems. In ignorance of what is real and false in higher spirituality, you may find yourself attracted to different cults, which will lead you further into a wilderness without ending. I, the Christ, have come through the medium of these letters to show you how to choose the highest goals in your human existence and your true final destination on your earthly train journey. In your spiritual quests, you are like people being presented with many beautifully colored travel brochures depicting the pleasures and luxuries of various exotic holiday resorts where you can relax and renew your strength. One spiritual teacher holds up the enticement of a journey leading to a specific goal, the resolution of some mental, emotional problem, whilst another teacher offers another goal and another path to follow. Each of these spiritual teachers are offering alleviation of some kind of human pain and suffering, which they themselves have experienced in the past and overcome. Each one has eventually found relief in their own unique way. There is no doubt that they all have some valuable message of one kind or another to share with people who are bewildered by the problems of living and do not know which way to turn for help and comfort in their difficult existence. but I have come to you from the highest vantage point of spiritual, universal existence through the medium of a mind carefully cleansed and impregnated with spiritual life and dedicated to the work to carry this message to people who are ready to receive it. I have come to you to show you who you really are in the deepest recesses of your individuality and who and what you can become. Just as importantly, I have come to show you the means by which the transition from the human consciousness to the higher realms of spiritual consciousness may be achieved. When I was on earth, I said, I am the truth, the way, and the life. And so I was and am. In these letters, I am giving you the truth. I am showing you the way to achieve abundant life.